Hello, welcome to the first episode for Talking Film, our new weekly series where we talk about everything movie news related that's just happened a week ago. Some might be a bit old now, but oh well, we'll discuss it. My name's Daniel, and we've got Nick on the other
Hi.
side, and we'll be starting to talk about box office first. At the American box office, at number 5 was the Lazarus Effect. Am I saying that right? Lazarus? With
Yeah, that's
$10.2
right.
million. At number 4, 50 Shades at 10.9 million. Number 3, SpongeBob at 11.2 million. Number 2, Kingsman at 11.75 million. And number 1, Focus with 19.1 million. Anything about that,
Hmm.
Nick? Anything?
I'm surprised that the Lazarus effect was so low, but other than that, it's
I
not.
wasn't surprised. I haven't heard anything about it except like
But
a couple of days ago.
yeah, me too. But Focus I thought would be higher considering it's Will Smith's like first movie in like forever.
Yeah, I
Um,
thought it'd be a bit
when,
higher as well. The
when
studio,
was when was his last movie? What was his last movie? After Earth, wasn't it?
yeah,
He hasn't
after
had one since After Earth, so
that
and
opened
that
to,
wasn't a hit. That wasn't a hit.
I think
Uh,
that opened to $29 million though, so it's a bit worrying with Focus.
yeah, it's a little bit concerning, but I don't know. The reviews, how have the reviews been?
I think Rotten Tomatoes is at 55%.
Uh, Reviews I find generally translate to box office openings, unless the movie's called Transformers. Um, but so I think 19. It was probably hindered somewhat by bad reviews or mediocre reviews, I should say. Uh, but it's interesting because next year, Margot Robbie and Will Smith are going to co-star in Suicide Squad. So yeah, they probably. Which studio was releasing this? Was it Warner Brothers?
Warner Brothers, I think they released this one as well.
Because yeah, well, I don't know. But if it was Warner Brothers, even if it wasn't Warner Brothers, that Warner Brothers probably would want a good result for Focus because it shows that Margot and Will are bankable stars, and that's what they need in their Suicide Squad, especially after Tom Hardy dropped out of the movie. So yeah. But other than that, there's not really much of note for this weekend's box office. So
Well, at the
it's been a
moment,
really quiet weekend.
Suicide Squad will be opening over 20 million. So that's some news there.
Yay, 20 million. I'm pretty sure they want higher than that. I think they probably want about, surely they want at least 60. They want
Yes.
at least 60 million, yeah.
And I think Warner Bros. I think it was Warner Bros. Released Focus because I think the studio was expecting 22 million,
Mm.
so slightly 3 million under.
Well, yeah, as I said, there's not much they can do for Focus now, so that's just another little bit of a disappointment we've had in 2015. We've already had a few. We've had, what, Mordecai and Jupiter Ascending, and yeah, there's been a
Black
few
Hat,
movies underwhelm. Yeah, Black Hat.
Strange Magic.
Strange. Wow, I completely forgot about that movie. I don't think anybody ever remembers that movie. Was that came out like 3 weeks ago, and I don't think it's ever going to come out in Australia. Anyway,
It will. It'll come out direct to video.
direct to DVD.
And American Sniper is now at $331.1 million, which is number 3 for 2014 releases, just
What?
behind
Yeah.
just behind Guardians at 333 and Mockingjay at 336.7.
Wow. Yeah. No. American Sniper's going to take that.
Oh,
Take
definitely,
that part.
definitely. Next week it's going to probably over.
Yeah. But it's
Uh,
funny because I can't believe American Sniper is beating the Hunger Games. No one would have predicted that. No one.
yeah, no, but it still depends if you count that as a 2014 film or do you count it as a 2015 film.
Well, I don't know. Most people are counting it as 2014 film. Even if it's a 2015 film, it still earned. Doesn't change how much it earned. It still earned more than the Hunger Games. Mockingjay Part 1. So
No, Hunger Games needs that top spot.
I'm just glad that Transformers didn't get the domestic top spot because it got the worldwide one. For 2014, Transformers 4, Dark
Sadly.
of the Extinction or something like that, whatever it was called. Anyway, yeah, so it's interesting. I really wanted Guardians to end up Guardians of the Galaxy taking the top spot for 2014 because
That wasn't going to
that's
happen before.
but it nearly happened. The Hunger Games opened with after the Hunger Games opened with that low opening, it nearly happened, and I was hoping Guardians of the Galaxy would be the #1 film for 2014 and just surprise everyone.
Yeah, but then,
Even though it's probably my second favorite film of that year, but yeah, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes was nowhere near the top, so oh well.
even if you add, I forgot what I was going to say now. I had something. Oh, even if the Hunger Games low opening, Hunger Games has like long-term, box office.
Anyway,
So it was always going to.
The other thing that happened this week too is Big Hero 6 opened in China, I believe, and made 15 million or something. So
it made 14.8 million, which is the highest opening over in China, the Disney animated film.
Yeah, so I think Big Hero 6 is going to make over 600 million worldwide, which is just the latest success
Surprise.
for Disney animation. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, moving on to Oscars. There's really not much else to talk about there. So, you want to talk about the Oscars?
Yeah. I don't think we've gotten a chance to talk about the Oscars yet.
No, not really. What do you want to cover first?
There was a lot.
Well, there was a lot, but let's start with Best Picture because that's the most obvious. Birdman. We've both seen Birdman.
Yeah.
It was really hard. It was a really hard film to review, I found. It was very different. I don't know. I don't know if it was deserving of Best Picture. Do you think it was deserving of Best Picture?
I can see why. Just because of, I did hear that people are criticizing Birdman's win for being anti-superhero. And we all know the Oscars don't really like superhero films.
Well, ironically, this year was the year that they proved that that superhero films can win Oscars with Big Hero 6. But anyway, we'll talk about that soon.
I forgot about that. Big Hero 6, Incredibles. Forgot about that.
Big Hero 6 did win the Best Animated Film. But with Birdman, it is kind of... I don't know if Birdman...
They do talk about Hollywood in general, how they, sequels and the movies.
It won the Oscar because it's about Hollywood filmmaking, it's about independent film and theatre and actors. Above all, it's about actors, and that's why I said in my review. I think it makes sense that a film about acting and actors wins Best Picture, but that shouldn't be that shouldn't just be the wild card absolute guarantee you get Best Picture. I'm going to make a film about actors, therefore I'm going to win Best Picture. It shouldn't be like that. It should be about the best film.
Yeah.
It should be about the best film. And
definitely.
Well, I think that The Grand Budapest Hotel, after winning all those technical awards at the beginning of the Oscars, was probably, I think it was a better film. It definitely was a better film than Birdman, in my opinion. So, but yeah, I do think I've seen, of the nominated Best Picture films, I've seen The Imitation Game, The Theory of Everything, Birdman, and The Grand Budapest Hotel. And I think Birdman's probably my second favorite of those four. So yeah, it was a good film. It was a good film, but is it going to be remembered in 3 years' time? That's the question I have. It's not like Gravity.
Probably Hollywood. The Oscars will
Oh,
make sure that it gets
yeah, do we all remember Argo very well? I don't know.
sort of.
We can't, do we? Do we remember The Artist? Oh, remember that? That one, Best Picture?
That came out. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That Hugo, another one that talks about movies that should have
Yeah,
won.
well,
It's not
Hugo,
always the
I
case,
remember
but
Hugo more than I remember The Artist. Like, seriously.
remember,
But
yeah.
I remember,
But my favorite was not going to win the Oscars. That's sad.
what was your favorite?
Whiplash.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen Whiplash. I really wanted to see Whiplash, but I've heard good things about Whiplash. But yeah, I think the idea was they gave J.K. Simmons the Best Supporting Actor Oscar, and that was their way of recognizing Whiplash. The Academy seems to have this thing
Did
where
get did get
they recognize a film in one or two categories that's not going to win Best Picture, and it's like, here you go, here's your awards, and you can be happy with these awards since they're going to console you for not getting Best Picture. So J.K. Simmons for Whiplash, or Patricia Arquette for Boyhood. So there's a few of the other Best Picture nominees got other awards, but they didn't get Best Picture. And people thought that Richard, Linklater. It's Richard, isn't it?
Richard Linklater,
Yeah,
directed
Richard
Boyhood.
Linklater. Yeah, they thought he would get Best Director, and he didn't. It went to Iñárritu, the director of Birdman. It's funny because he's like kind of good friends with Alfonso Cuarón, who directed Gravity, because they're both Mexican. And I think that Gravity is a much better film. Well, not necessarily better film, just more memorable. I think it's a more memorable film.
Mm.
Like, because I think that as daring as Birdman is with its cinematography and its like one shot interpretation, it just doesn't stick with you. Like the plot doesn't stick, the messages and themes don't really stick. The only thing that sticks is that cinematography. And I thought that the Lubezki, or whoever was the cinematographer, Emmanuel Lubezki, I think it was, he deserved his Oscar for cinematography, but I don't think it deserved for director or best picture. There you go. That's my opinion.
But director, though, he would have aided, helped with the guidance
Of course, but
make it, achievable.
of course, but Linklater deserved that director because he coordinated that film over 12 years, Boyhood, over 12 years. So, like, what's he going to have to do? Another 13 years now? Sequel? To beat that, maybe 20-year sequel. So then people will be like, oh wow, 20 years. So this man deserves best director. We'll see.
They'll just do it just to make up the loss.
Yeah.
But I think cinematographer won 2 years in a row now.
Mm.
I don't know if that's ever happened before. He did Gravity. It's the same sort of.
Yeah, I thought he did Gravity. Yeah. Anyway, so moving on from Best Picture.
I think we just talked about Best Director and everything there.
And well, yeah, we talked about Birdman, and that was what Birdman won: director, picture, cinematographer. Didn't win Best Actor. I was surprised. But I guess all of the best actors were great this year, really, weren't they? Michael Keaton was one of the best parts of Birdman, and he did such a great job in that role, and yet he still wasn't the best actor for the year. And I think that Eddie Redmayne deserved the Best Actor trophy for his portrayal of Stephen Hawking and the Theory of Everything. But it really was a tough category this year. So what do you think of Redmayne winning?
I liked his performance. no one in Best Actor really impressed me this year. So I probably would put Eddie Redmayne number one because
I disagree.
I think he was slightly better than Michael Keaton. That's for sure. So, but no one
See,
really.
I thought Eddie Redmayne was nearly flawless in that performance. I thought he brought the emotion as well as the physical disability he had to perform.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He did that convincingly, but he also, like, even with minimal movement, managed to express such deep emotions that, I mean, it was a film. It was kind of the theory of everything's basically a romance. It's the story of Stephen Hawking and Jane Hawking's life and their relationship together. It begins with it and ends with it. So emotion was a big part of it, and I think Redmayne and Felicity Jones, who didn't quite get the recognition she probably should have, they both did such a great job portraying that relationship and showing that chemistry that the Hawkings had. And yeah, kind of a melancholic film, but a nice film.
It was enjoyable.
Yeah, like as much as I did, I know that. But anyway,
the only actor performance that impressed me that I would have loved if it got nominated would have been Miles Teller for Whiplash.
Yeah.
Until you see that film, Nick, you will agree with me that he should have been nominated.
I'll have to watch it soon. I'll watch it soon. Yeah.
Best Actress.
It was Julianne Moore, wasn't it, for Best Actress?
Yeah, I know we haven't seen Still Alice, so we can't really comment.
None of us have seen Still Alice, so I don't know if we can really comment on that. But she was definitely the favourite, and here's a good opportunity to talk about how weak generally the Best Actress category is compared to the Best Actor category, and it's not because that the performances are bad, actresses' performances are bad. It's because there's just not enough roles for lead actresses in Hollywood.
Rosamund Pike.
Actors get, yeah, she's great. That's what I'm saying though. They're all great, but can you name great lead performances outside those 5 nominees by actresses?
Can I?
There aren't enough. Sorry?
Oh, sorry, no.
So lead. The important thing's lead. There's lots of supporting actress roles, but there's not many movies that are made that have a lead actress. Like the main character is a woman, and it's something that's talked about every year at the Oscars, around Oscar time, is that the best actor, there's like a plethora of great actors who could be chosen for the role, for the Oscar, for the nominee. But with actress, there's like 5 or 6, and if you're an actress in a leading role, you only have to perform. You only have to, well, they all act really well, but you only have to be a leading actress to get a nomination because there's not that many. Have you ever known? I've read an article about this not long ago, so it's something. It's a similar discussion to the Best Director thing. There's only ever been one woman that's ever won Best Director.
Wow.
Just the sexism in Hollywood is very apparent in the Oscars if you look closely enough. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about Best Actress, because I haven't seen many, other than Gone Girl, Rosamund Pike, I haven't seen many of the films of that the actress was nominated for. So, but yeah.
Best Supporting Actor.
We'll do both supporting categories in one. We'll talk about both supporting categories at the same time. So I've already mentioned J.K. Simmons, and just the bits I've seen of Whiplash, like in the ads and just the bits they showed on Oscar night. He amazing. The example of his performance they showed was just stunning. If that's like how he is through the whole movie, he deserved that.
He's hilarious, but yet terrifying. So you don't really know if you should laugh at some of the things he says.
As for Patricia Arquette, I think since I haven't seen Boyhood, you're probably best commenting on this because you have. So what do you think? Do you think she deserved that?
Uh, well, it's been a while since I've seen Boyhood, but she did really do a really great job. And I know there's a scene in the movie where it actually felt like she was actually the mother of her son, going through this experience, and yeah, I think she did a really good job. But I don't know if she like. I'm happy that she won, because I think this is her first Oscar nomination and win, so I'm happy for her. Uh, but Emma Stone in Birdman was actually really good as that, really good in that as well.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, well, anyway.
That's not my Emma Stone bias.
Yeah. Emma Stone bias. Everybody has a little bit of Emma Stone bias. Anyway, so yeah, the other categories really that stuck out to me, since we should probably wrap up talking about the Oscars.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Big Hero 6 winning Best Animated Film was probably the biggest upset of the night.
What? No,
But
it deserved the win.
it deserved it. I don't disagree. It was my favorite animated film. My favorite animated film of last year. So I definitely think it deserved it. I loved How to Train Your Dragon 2 as well, and I loved the Lego Movie, but it was still my favorite of those three.
Even if How to Train Your Dragon 2 won over Big Hero 6, I just wouldn't be like that disappointed because it was pretty much equally a great movie as well.
Yeah, I liked both of them. But I like Big Hero 6 was the only one of the movies that gave me a smile on my face throughout the entire runtime of that movie. I had a sore face afterwards from just smiling the whole thing. Such a great movie. And I guess you could say, well, Disney got it last year for Frozen. It's like, well, Pixar got it like 5 years in a row or something. So it's about time. It's about time. Walt Disney Animation got some Oscars for their films.
Although I would have had 3 if it deserved that Wreck-It Ralph win.
I do think it deserved the Wreck-It Ralph. I liked Brave, but I think it deserved the Wreck-It Ralph one as well. I really liked Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a while ago now. Let's cross fingers for Wreck-It Ralph too.
Were you surprised about Feast winning? Because I was pretty surprised. I didn't thought it was going to win for Best Animated.
I don't know. But what would if the Lego Movie was nominated for Best Animated Film, do you think it would have won?
Well, it's hard to say because I would say no, only because it didn't get a nomination.
Yeah, maybe.
But
if you look at the preferential system for,
I think there's a
how
chance
the Oscar voting works. So with the Oscar voting, what happens is they take, you have to put in preferences for the nominees, and you put in your first preference, your second preference, your third preference, fourth preference, etc. And they count them up, and whatever, if your first preference doesn't get nominated, they take your second preference, right? And it adds to, so they take the first one, the one with the most first preferences, that's a nominee, and then they take all the other nominees, the next ranking nominee off the bottom, and they take the second preference. It's really complicated, but anyway, so if the Lego Movie was nominated, it could have got through from second preference. That's what I'm saying. And that could have been why a lot of these results were the way they were, like director and all that, could have been just off second preference. Second preference normally decides the winner of the Oscars.
Oh, I'm surprised Lego Movie didn't even get second or third or anything.
Well, I don't know how the nominees are decided, but if it had been nominated, I think it would have stood a chance of winning. Just because of the backlash. Think about when Ben Affleck was not nominated for Best Director 2 years ago, and everybody, was so much backlash. Like, he was the favorite at everywhere else, but he didn't get nominated at the Oscars. And I think because of that backlash, if he had been nominated, he would have won just from public support and general, like, um, general opinion, industry opinion of him for that film, Argo.
Mm.
And the last thing that I probably have to say about the Oscars is visual effects, which is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes not getting the thing it the thing it deserved more than any other film in the last decade, and that is visual effects Oscar.
If you look at the history, Oscars don't like Planet of the Apes. I mean, Rise of the Planet of the Apes didn't even win, and Hugo won it, and that was also against Harry Potter. So.
Yeah, but even Rise, Dawn was a whole different level above Rise. Like, you've got Rise like down here in terms of visual effects, and you've got Dawn like up here somewhere. And anyway, Dawn was amazing. Like that first shot of Caesar's face is just like I can't even pick an error in it. I know I know Interstellar was amazing as well, but I feel like I've seen Interstellar special effects before. I probably saw them in Gravity last year.
Better effects.
I hadn't really seen anything like Dawn of the Planet of the Apes done that well. Just the hair and the facial expressions, like that alone should have got the Oscar. Dare to disagree with me.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's visual effects of the year, so I agree with that. Okay, I guess we might as well get into news. We might not even have much to talk about now. Richard Linklater considering a sequel to Boyhood about nothing to do with in the 20s. Apparently, it's probably maybe a college film or something. You might be having an idea on.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to just go through all of them and then?
Yeah.
Okay. The final poster for Avengers: Age of Ultron was released to mixed opinion. Jessica Chastain, Interstellar star, will be joining the cast for the prequel Huntsman, based on the Snow White and the Huntsman film.
Not really excited for that. Didn't like the first one.
Rob Schrab will direct the upcoming sequel, and the title is now the Lego Movie sequel officially.
The Lego Movie sequel. Wow.
Tomb Raider reboot is still in development. Now Warner Brothers will be producing the reboot with GK Films and MGM, and a writer has been attached to the screenplay, Evan Donghertree. I'm sorry if
What else has he written?
I said that name wrong. Snow White and the Huntsman and Divergent, but he co-wrote those two films. That's all I could find in his screenplay filmography.
That's not a great resume.
I know. And lastly, but not least, Cartoon Network Studios and Warner Brothers are developing a big screen version of Adventure Time. And
see what we did there.
And the series creator Pendleton Ward will be involved with writing the screenplay as well as producing the film with Cartoon Network Studios, and I'm pretty sure also Lego Movie, the Lego Movie sequel director, and Chris McKay, who's doing the Lego Batman. I think they're also producing the film as well. So yeah, that's the news of the week. Anything that stands out, surprises you, don't like?
Well, for Adventure Time, I've seen a few episodes, not much. Not a huge fan like you are. Probably would be if I had the time to watch the whole series. But I'm all for it. I'm glad there's going to be a traditionally animated feature-length film coming out soon, and yeah, it is a very funny show. The episodes I have seen, they're very, very funny, very good. I really got a lot of heart, and yeah. As for the Lego Movie, I had not heard that it was going to be called the Lego Movie sequel, and that just reminds me of when Pixar joked about the untitled movie about dinosaurs keeping its name. Untitled Pixar movies about dinosaurs. Oh, it's going to keep its name. The untitled movie, Pixar movie about dinosaurs. It's a great name. And I'm like, that was their working title, and they're just like, wow, that's so good. We're going to keep it. But yeah, it suits the movie so well. I haven't heard about Jessica Chastain, but I'm not really that surprised. I'm a little bit surprised. Oh well. And what was the first thing you said? It was Boyhood 2.
Boyhood 2.
Boyhood 2. See, I don't think it's going to happen. He says it's going to happen, but
Yeah, that's why I said considering. I didn't mean like it's going to happen.
I don't think it will. It's just a off the cuff remark. That was all it was. I think he was probably only joking after not winning the Oscars. It's like I'll probably make a 20-year film now so that I can win the. This is what I said before. I'd probably make a 20-year film now so I can win the director Oscar. I'll make a 100-year film if it gets me that director Oscar.
But if he did make it, I mean, it's not going to have much time. He's going to have heaps of time to do it if he does the same thing he did in Boyhood 1. So it's not going to interrupt from his other filming, his other projects that he has in the works. If he does do it.
Yeah. He manages to make other films in addition to that, but it's such a long commitment. What if it has the same actors? Like, that's a lifelong commitment by those actors.
Mm-hmm.
Those poor actors.
Patricia Arquette probably didn't thought she would even get an Oscar at the end of filming this.
Well, I guess she got something out of it.
Yep.
Oh, well.
And what about Tomb Raider?
Tomb Raider reboot?
Yeah, reboot. I think it's going to be based on the new games that have been released.
Well, I haven't played the new games. I've wanted to. Actually, I've got a PS4 now, so I should. Yeah, I played the old ones, and I've watched the old movies a long time ago, and they are a bit video gamey. Video game movies tend to not work very well most of the time, so you'll get films, and that's the Assassin's Creed movie comes out next year, I think, too, and it's like, when is there going to be a movie that's based on a video game that's actually going to work? And I don't think a Tomb Raider reboot will be that, because, well, it could be. I don't know. It's too early to tell. But unless they take video games very seriously in their adaptations, then they're not going to be very good movies. They're going to be aimed at such a niche audience that it's just not going to work. And for the general public, and and for critics, it's not going to work. You can't target video game films at just gamers, and gamers are very, very harsh critics themselves. So
just what Wreck-It Ralph did then, aim at an audience plus also give homages.
Wreck-It Ralph's not based on a pre-existing video game. That is the difference. And fans of video games are very loud and talkative about their favorite titles, and I'm sure that Tomb Raider's got its own. Like, there's people who love Tomb Raider and have since the very beginning, and they're going to be vocal about this new movie if it gets made. If it's bad, everybody's going to know it's bad, and if it's good, everybody's going to know it's good. So it has to be really, really, really good. Anyway, if it's really, really good, I'm really excited for it. Really excited for it. All right.
It's probably not for another, probably 2 years at least now.
Well, there's a few video game movies coming out in the next few years. There's Warcraft as well, don't forget.
And don't forget, we've got Ratchet and Clank this year and Sly Cooper.
And they're talking about an Uncharted movie, which sounds like it would be cool, but could be just Indiana Jones. I don't know.
And
they should make a Smash Bros movie.
Oh my God. Imagine that, Smash Bros. They'll have to do it Avengers style. Have Mario have his own movie, have Kirby his own movie, have Star Fox, and then they'll come together in Smash Bros. Avengers style.
Oh yeah.
And I heard, I didn't report it, but I heard something that there might be a big announcement from Robert Downey Jr. in the next couple of days.
That's just going to be a trailer. It's just going to be a trailer. I heard this news. If it's not a trailer, I'll be very, very surprised. The only thing it could be Iron Man 4, but they just announced Spider-Man.
People have saying that it could be Spider-Man might be revealed. I mean, when it gets released, I think it'll be nearly a month since they made the announcement.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is our new Spider-Man. And
they have to find someone.
Black Panther all together. Bye-bye, Chadwick Boseman. Hello, this new guy called Spider-Man, Peter Parker. Welcome.
I mean, they're going to have to find someone quickly because Captain America Civil War, I think.
Oh yeah, it's going to be filming soon. So by the end of the year, we'll definitely know who Spider-Man's going to be by the end of the year. I guarantee it.
I hope not.
Well, you want it to be a surprise?
Yeah.
Maybe, but it's going to be very, 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 very hard to keep
Someone
secret.
comes in and it's just like, oh, I'm Peter Parker. And they're like, what?
Woo. Anyway, that's my 2 cents.
I think that's all the news this week that I think of. Oh, one more. I forgot.
One more.
The Avengers.
Stay with us, folks. One more.
The Avengers. What are your thoughts on it? I think people know mine from the status.
Oh, sorry, what is this?
The Avengers 2 poster. The poster that have had very mixed reactions to.
Well, I summed it up in one word, or 2 words. Well, 3 words. Too much Photoshop. Bad Photoshop. That just. I liked the Iron Man one, and the individual posters so far have been good, but the ensemble one had potential, but they just can't seem to. Where did all the old-fashioned style of posters go? Like the good posters. Why do they all have to be photoshopped? Just like even humans look like they're CGI now.
The Hunger Games, I think, is a good example. I'm just looking at them right now. I think the Hunger Games, man, all they have is pretty much Jennifer Lawrence. They don't have the whole ensemble cast. If they did, it'd be like the Avengers poster, which is got.
The first Avengers poster, which is right behind you, and me, is but more easily see behind you. It's a lot better than it's still. It's not great. It's not the best poster I've ever seen, but
it's not claustrophobic like the one now.
It's not like the Avengers Age of Ultron poster in terms of just basically let's get all these shots of these people from pre-existing material and just pose them right next to each other and fit them. Oh, look, there's a little gap. Let's put Scarlett Johansson. Let's put Black Widow just in this little gap underneath Hulk's armpit. Let's let's do that. Anyway.
Yeah. Although the first Avengers poster, I mean, Captain America is probably bigger than it should be.
Yeah.
So, but this one's
minor issues. Worse. This has got big issues. We're talking big issues here. This poster. Marvel needs to fix their posters. It's their weakest aspect in their films are great. Their trailers are great.
Really well done.
Their posters are terrible.
I can say that Captain America Winter Soldier was terrible. Wasn't that good. But Guardians of the Galaxy was a really good one. I really liked that poster.
No, the Guardians of the Galaxy poster was alright, yeah. But the individual character posters always work much better than the full ensemble posters.
Especially with Avengers.
And they still can't get Scarlett Johansson right in the posters on any movie.
I think she looks better here. I mean, she's not in a pose that she's always been in.
In the Avengers 2 poster.
Yeah. She's ready to fight.
Still can't get her right.
Okay, that's your opinion.
The Captain America 2 one, but it's not great.
Oh, the Captain America 2 one, Black Widow one was terrible. Okay, that's all we have. I think we ran longer than we should have. I think the Oscars.
In future, we'll try and keep this to half hour.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Try and keep this to half hour.
Yeah, half an hour. That's the key. So thank you for joining us, if there is an audience watching. Don't forget to like us on facebook.com/everythingfilm. And Don't know what we're going to do when we hit 100 likes, but 4 likes away, Nick. What are we going to be doing?
I suggested an idea to you the other day. It was review. Oh yeah, a review discussion. That was what we're going to do. We're going to review an older movie and discuss it live video.
Okay.
That's what we should do.
I was thinking written response, but I like the live thing.
No. 100 likes deserves a video.
Every 100 likes, new video.
We're 4 likes away or something, aren't we?
Yeah, 4 now. Just something.
Yay!
Okay, that's all we have time for today. Join us next Monday for more movie news of the biggest movie news of the week.
Well, let's hope there's some big news to talk about.
Let's hope Robert Downey Jr.'s announcement is Spider-Man.
Let's hope it's a big announcement. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for joining. Bye.
See you later, guys.